So for the rookies, take what you will from it. Let's not go over the top on what happens with any of the teams because they all played last night all over the place. We'll start with the Flames rookies. There was a goaltender, by the way, who's well-traveled. And when you take a look at what he did last night, Tyler Parsons looked pretty good. In fact, we'll go to the first period. You're going to hear his name a lot. Once again, property of the National Hockey League and the Calgary Flames.
Up reversing it back into his own zone to Jones, who plays at right wing side, and the first round pick Evan Bouchard will send it down the ice. Here comes Vessel with a shot from point blank range. Fantastic stop by Parsons.
He's at a different level just in strength and strength of skating.
Long shot in, fantastic save by Parsons. Then takes a bit of a shot from Morezko as the Oilers clear it out, but the Flames steal it in the neutral zone and bring it back in 2-on-1. Dubé fires and scores!
Yes! Oh, baby.
The Oilers start coming the other way. Joseph Gambardella hit in the far corner. Igor Morezko trying to knock him off the puck.
That's a good hockey man.
Igor
Morezko.
Whip it a pass.
Slovenian.
It's the blue line. Bouchard shoots and scores!
Actually, no home for that. So that was your first period. And again, this Tyler Parsons, who, so Mike Smith is your starter.
Yep.
And
John Gillies is the backup or expected backup. But you know what? There is some stock to be looking at for when you're looking at Tyler Parsons. Second round draft pick back in 2016. He obviously is trying to make a name for himself and get one of those positions in the American Hockey League. And it looks like he's on pace or could be on pace. 20 years old. Lots of grooming to be done with the goaltender.
Only 20. You got tons of time here.
Unless your name is Tom Barrasso in the mid 80s or Patrick Waugh a little bit later on in the 80s, you're not sprucing into a league and entering a team's organization on the main roster at 20 years old, especially unless you're a starting goaltender and you're a can't miss, you're the number one prospect going. It just doesn't happen. But
good luck trying to pin something like that on a young guy, because then you'd say, oh yeah, like a Robin Lehner.
Oh, exactly.
Good
example, actually.
And it's really hard to predict what they're going to do, and sometimes it comes late. So as I said, at 20 years old, spending his time between Kansas City and Stockton, he said he thinks he's been shuttled back and forth at least 10 times last season. That
happens. Well, with some of the injuries that happen with the big club, that's what will happen. And probably, you know what, if the Flames have their way, they don't want that to happen this year because they want a healthy Mike Smith. They want him for 65 to 70 games, maybe in that range. But they want their goaltenders to develop and mature properly in the minors. And just looking at his bio, just looking at his background, the Flames invested a second-round pick. They obviously think very highly of the young goaltender, so let him develop properly and stop as many pucks as he can in the minors.
And again, not to get over the top, but I think in terms of this rookie tournament, looking at how he played, like I think as a coach, in pure evaluation, I just want to see what the compete level is.
Sure.
And does he have the skill and the real simple things that people overlook? But even things like angles. Like, does he actually understand at this level where you're supposed to be in that net? Because look, the one thing, going back again to a Calgary story, but Justin Pogge said that was the biggest adjustment that he had to make in the crease. Is stuff that you get away with in junior. The guys at this level are just too fast, and they can get you out of position. So the moves don't become bigger. In essence, they become smaller. I thought that was interesting for Parsons last night. Let's check out the second period. Once again, property of the National Hockey League and your Calgary Flames.
Oilers trying to keep the puck in near boards. Will Benson feeds it in front. Vessel on the doorstep is stopped by Parsons. And the Flames will carry it back in Oilers territory. Fisher dropping, and Ruzicka attempts a shot that ends up bouncing off a body and wide. Now Polai will poke the puck out, and Maximov will catch up to it and drop it back. Larkin with a wicked wrist shot, but it's gloved down by Parsons. Wing side.
Well, maybe Parsons.
Yamamoto. He drops. Here's a wicked shot off the stick of a guy who already might have a goal in Marody. Ends up missing the Flames net. Now Gambardella's got it again. He feeds it in front. Yamamoto robbed by Parsons, who makes the save of the day. Jones with it. And his own blue.
See, it's just constant. I mean, it's a great performance by Parsons.
Godden twisting in, drops. Brett Pollock with a shot, but he didn't get much mustard on that one. He gets the puck back, though, and goes right point to Josh Healy. Healy to Oliver Shillington with a shot. Stop. Rebound. They score!
Well, there you go. So fine performance last night.
Very good. And you know what? A lot of Canadian fans watching those highlights just in general will probably know him because he was the American goaltender when they won the World Junior.
Right. That's right.
So you sit there and you go, okay, well, that's a pretty good future piece. The only thing I'll sit there and doubt it, and I'm not trying to critique or anything, but in today's NHL, a 6'1" goaltender is considered small. That's all I'm going to say. I wish I was 6'1". But in the NHL, your goaltenders these days are 6'5", 6'6", but really good pedigree. London Knights, Memorial Cup champion, under 20 World Junior champion with the United States. Obviously a big future piece for the Calgary Flames. He just has to start proving himself more and more and get that opportunity because Mike Smith is 36 years old and his time is limited in the NHL.
Well, and
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yep.